there she sits. When I tell you last week was a grind, dude, you don't even know. You don't even know. I can't even explain it to you. I can't explain to you how big of a grind it was. The undertaking of finishing this car and piecing that car together, the other car, it was way more than what I thought I was gonna get into, and I still almost got it done. As you can see, it looks like a race car, and it looks like it's ready to race. So we got everything done, and then, so we had two problems. So at 3 o'clock, I was really close to making it, and then we ran into a major problem. So I swapped all the stuff out that I needed to swap out, and then 4 o'clock rolled around. So I still got time to make it to Cedar Ridge at this point, and then I got to looking at the car, and if you can see that, like 11.5 inches right there. So that's an issue right away, because that shock is gonna collapse, and this nose was gonna be eating mud. There's no doubt about it. We would have tore a nose up at the racetrack. Did the road test in the car, and because my shifting loop, not my shifting loop, pardon me, I'll just show you. Okay, so this is gonna be kind of hard to show you, but so there's my shifters right there. The bottom two holes, which is where it normally goes, was right in the way of the drive shaft loop. So I put it in that hole. And essentially, the higher you go up, the easier it is for the car to pop in and out of gear. And it was, I mean, you could sneeze and the car would jump out of gear. So that's an issue I've got to figure out today. I might be able to go lower on that shifting rod, but I don't know. I really don't think, I don't know. Looking at it here, it looks like it's possible, but whenever I was under the car with it on jack stands, it didn't look like it was possible. So that's the reason I went in those upper holes, and it was too loose. It was way too loose. While I'm down here, I was going to tell you about the brakes. The brakes they just didn't get bled good enough, is what I'm assuming, because they were very spongy whenever I tried to stop. The car stopped, but it just didn't feel right, and the steering wheel didn't feel right, and it just didn't feel right. So the car didn't go to the racetrack, which is a huge inconvenience because I love racing at Cedar Ridge. The track is a momentum track. It's so fast. It's so fun. I enjoy it a ton. And then Sunday would have been Windy Hollow. But let me tell you this. I could have got the rest of the car done Saturday evening probably, and then went to Windy Hollow on Sunday. But Sundays are just tough for us to do because she's back at work. I mean, it's hard. It's hard for us to get anywhere on Sundays. We could have done it. We could have made it work, but the problem was every available moment I had last week, this car chewed it up. I spent every waking second on this car that I had spare, and absolutely, I mean, I just didn't spend enough time with my family. So Sunday, I made sure that, hey, that's your day, baby. You know what I mean? Let's all hang out and have a good day. So that's what we did. Sucked because I let you guys down. I know you guys, some of you were looking for us at both tracks, and we let you down. I don't like doing that, but at the same time, it was time for me to sit down and enjoy my family. Dude, I got really close. Man, I got so close to getting this car done. It just didn't work out. It just didn't, we were so close. It just did not work out. I want to thank a few people. I want to thank my dad for coming to my rescue. He helped out quite a bit for, I think, 2 days. One day when I wasn't even able to be here, he came in and worked on the car. So super thanks to him. Nathan Stewart came by one day and helped a little bit. And then Nathan B, who I don't know if he wants me to say his full name, but he came in, he helped out one day as well, quite a bit. So it was, I'm the one-man band, but I actually had some help this past week and still just came up just a little bit short. Here's the plan for the bumper situation. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. There's the bumper mount. I'm sure you guys have seen one before. Either if you race or if you're on Hunt the Front's website, you watch their videos. But there's the bumper mount. And what my plan is, we have a significant amount of issues just not knowing exactly where to put that bumper at, because sometimes it just seems like some tracks it sucks down more than at other tracks. So what my plan is, out of this piece of metal here, I'm going to craft essentially 4-bar plates. I'm gonna put, I don't know exactly how high or low I'm gonna go here yet, but I'm gonna make these two, I'm gonna put 2 holes in it here to mount into the bumper mount, and then it'll be 2 plates on each side, so we're just doing 1 here. And then I'm gonna put holes up the plate to raise the nose, you know, 1 inch or 2, or 1 inch, 1.5 inches, whatever, up and down. And we're gonna take the bumper tube out and then set it in the middle of these 2 plates, and then just run bolts, and then we can just raise and lower the right front nose as we want, essentially. An experiment, I'm not exactly sure how it would work, and I'm gonna make a spare too, because obviously I don't know how much strength that is gonna have. I would assume it's not gonna be terrible. I mean, it's pretty stiff metal, and we're putting some grade 8s up and down it to kind of give it that sturdiness that it needs. So maybe, you know, just 1 bump doesn't collapse the whole thing. That would be, you know, it's just, I don't know. We're trying that for now. If you remember on the old car, it had these tubes here so that you could adjust up and down. The problem was you had to unrivet here and then pull the nose out and then pull, you know, put it back in the tube, and it was just time consuming. It was just, it was a super time consuming, and I feel like this is gonna be a better option. The garage is an absolute disaster. And also, I don't know if you know this or not, but 75,000 degrees out there. 75,000 degrees outside. It's gonna be a smoke week. But the good news is there's not a lot that has to be done to that rig in order to make it go. There you go, that's the deal. That's what we're working on. Stay tuned to the end of this. I'm gonna try to get this plate done so we can show that off in this video. And also stay tuned to the end of the video so I can tell you what we decided to name this here car. So after working on this place pretty much all afternoon, let me show you my progress. There's one of them. I'm not sure where the other one went. You can see my battery died as I was drilling that, but there's one of them. You'll need to see the other one, but I will show you this instead. In lieu of that, I think I'm gonna not do the plates. I think I'm gonna go ahead and make them just to have them in case. But by just taking that bar out of there and setting it on top of that tube, I think I've got what I need here. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take this right front shock off so that there's nothing inhibiting its prohibiting its travel. And then we're gonna jack up the left rear to kind of put it in like that race attitude look. And then just see how far the nose comes down. But I think just by what we've done there, I think we may have alleviated the issue. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got us like at 15 inches. I can't remember. I think my other one was like 19, but it was a little high because you know what I mean? I went above and beyond because I was tired of it dragging. So let's do the test. Let's do the test and we'll see where we're at. Okay, so we're at our theoretical attitude that we would have on the track, and you can see we're clear. And this is kind of it's really exaggerated. We got our left front hiked pretty hard, but I mean, there's just not that. There's a lot of travel in this right front shock, but there's not quite that much right there. But anyways, that makes me feel really good about the nose. Now, if we hit a chunk or something, yeah, sure, it's not gonna. A chunk may cause a problem right here. But for the most part, with the car at attitude, I think we're okay here. I think we're fine. This looks okay. So I'm gonna leave it as is. What I am gonna do, just to do it. Well, poop. You can't see. It is what it is. I'm gonna add another bolt to that just to kind of hold it down a little bit better. But there you go, man. What do you think? What do you think? Of course, that car's sitting right on the shock. It's probably not good for it, but okay. One problem avoided. All right, one step closer. I hate that it took me all day to get that one thing done, but that's kind of how it goes. The wife is soon to be home, and I told you last week that I did not spend much time inside, so this week I'm gonna hang out with them inside as much as possible. The only things that are left to do is check brakes, check tow, fix that shifter issue. But I'm gonna try to get all that done tomorrow. You should get another video this week. I plan on being at Clarksville Speedway this weekend. I think that's where we're going. If you don't follow our Facebook because all that information will be on our Facebook. We're close. Oh, you probably held on just for this. Shanita. That was I guess that was my favorite comment. It's probably the one that got the most likes, and it fits because the only thing I ever hear whenever we're racing is, you needed this and you needed that, and she'll need a lot. So Shanita, that's the car, Shanita. I also liked, man, there were so many good ones. Crap. Corella, I liked that one a lot. It just made sense with the way that the body is, but as soon as I put a wrap on it, it may or may not have black sides anymore. But yeah, so Shanita. That's her, that's it, Shanita. So that's what we're gonna do on that. Where do you put it at? I mean, do you put it probably right here, right? Because that's a safe spot. Just replace Killer and just put Shanita on there. Okay, problem solved. I don't know why we even went back here. That's it for me. I love each and every single one of you. I'll see you hopefully again this week. If not, we're gonna try to do some lives. Look here, look at there it is, there she is. Try to do some lives this week. I know I've been saying that, but we are actually gonna try to do some lives this week now that the new releases come out for the game. As always, I love each and every single one of you, but now I gotta go. Bye.